It's going to be Graham. Being in London a like me as well and everything like that, and I kind of like really associate with the way he is and everything. And the fact is that my own catchphrase from years ago was cockle, and he uses it in the show. So I have a cat that's like really old, and I used to call it cockle when it was younger. So I love him. I love Graham. You know what I mean? And the fact is that I think the great thing is that they've got the two companions from the same city as well. You know, and I'll be honest with you, Sheffield's one of my favourite cities. You know, I love the whole thing about Sheffield. So I'm quite pleased that as a whole, but definitely Graham. Definitely Graham, yeah. Even though he's a West Ham fan and I'm Spurs.
Yeah, same here, Graham. He's brought across that personality that you try and look for in a companion. Yaz and, I can't remember the other chap's name now, Ryan. Yaz and Ryan, they don't have that likeability, they don't have that vulnerability to them that Graham has that you can relate to.
Graham. I just like him. He's funny.
I really like the companions. I think my favourite is probably Bradley Walsh, because he's really funny. Yeah.
I've got to say as well, Bradley Walsh as Graham is really good because I think he's the granddad that nobody ever thought they'd need in Doctor Who.
Bradley Walsh as companion Graham, he's been a runaway success. Which is kind of ironic considering I think Kevin thought he'd be the worst aspect of it, but he's turned out to be one of the best. Then there's a Vine Sinclair thing, again, brilliant. Yaz is definitely got potential, but she's been underused except for the Demons of the Punjab.
My favourite's going to be Graham, because I love Bradley Walsh, and I like the idea of having an older companion, because we've not had that for a good while. I like the group dynamic, I really do. I mean, I think you do have the issue where because there's so many companions, it's hard for everyone to get something to do in an episode, but I think they're all likeable characters, and they work off each other really well, so it's a nice little group.
Yeah, I'd have to say Graham as well because he's just hilarious with all his lines. I do have a bit of a soft spot for Ryan because of his dyspraxia, because I also have dyspraxia. So it's nice to sort of just relate how, like, even though you have like this disability, you can still like be amazing in the show.
I think I like all of them. They've all got their own, strengths. But I think what's Bradley Walsh's character? He's quite funny, from time to time. But yeah, I really like all of them. They're really good.
Well, I didn't like them at first, but they did grow on me. And Graham, I love him. Ryan, he's a bit weak, mostly because he's a slow person, but his background and his, his background and his character building, that's it, was great, and it needed that. Yasmin, without that episode where she met her grandmother, then she would have been, what's the point of you being here? There was an episode where the spiders won, the Acarids in the UK. Without that episode, during that episode, I was hoping for new companions. But then at the end, it sold it for me, and I thought, you know what? Great, you're staying. But at that point, I thought, okay, it's time for you to go. You've had your time. But now, the future's good, and I'm liking the idea of 3 companions, better than 1, and different character buildings. I'll just hopefully see where it goes.